Afternoon, everyone. So today we have with us Raymond from SWAS Solution. He's the founder, and later we'll touch a little bit more about what does SWAS Solution do. And on top of that, you are also the secretary of SWAS.
Honorary Secretary of SWAS.
Okay, SWAS is the Spa and Wellness
Spa and Wellness Association
of Singapore. Yes, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so the last two episodes we already have with us Mike and Dawn, and Raymond is the last guest of this series. Okay, so Raymond, can you in bullet form give us an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, hi. So my name is Raymond. I founded the company with one partner back in year 2008. Right, so at that time, both of us were actually engineers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you can imagine how lost we were when we founded the company.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Right.
But we stay true to service our customers. Basically, at that time, whatever projects that we can actually get, we will actually just
Okay, can I interrupt for a minute? Just because most of our audience, we are hairstylists and business owners, so Raymond is not a hairdresser, in case you wonder while engineering to hairdressing. So Raymond basically does CRM and POS system for companies.
What we do today is we service mainly the spa and salons customers. We provide them with management systems. Module will include POS, appointment booking, customer management, even employee management. So basically, the full suite that a salon and spa will require on a daily basis. Okay. Yeah, we provide that.
Okay, so definitely I want to dig a little bit more into what SWAS Solution is offering to the industry, but also your appointment as the secretary of SWAS. How did this arrangement came about?
Well, this came as I would say an accident. Yeah, so when we actually started the company, we developed our first salon management system back in 2009. But it was a very, very basic solutions. Every time when we sell, we have to customize completely. Yeah. So after 2 years of doing that, it became a little bit difficult to manage.
And the cost become very high on your clients, right? Because if you didn't customize so many things.
Not so much on the cost per se, but my support level is declining. Because as we gain more customers, right, with a very small team of people, it becomes really very difficult. Yeah. So we then feel that we need to have a change in how we actually offer the solutions, and so we did. Right. We converted our solutions to cloud. Yeah, so this made it easy for us to manage the system wise, and for customers who has any needs, they basically just need to actually call us and we can actually serve them remotely. Yeah, but when we actually developed that, we have no way to reach out to the market, to the industry. So we call, I called SWAS. Right. Right. And the late president then got very interested in what we were trying to actually do, right? Because it's cloud, and at that time, cloud is actually not very common yet. Yeah. Right. So since then, 2012, I was involved with SWAS. They supported me, and I supported them. And
your partnership, your position with SWAS, right? Sort of, I'm sure, give you a lot of insights about how the industry really works, and then in order for you to be able to offer a better service to your clients, right? Am I right to say that?
Yes, definitely. Because we started as an engineer, right? As a programmer. So basically, we know nuts about business, not to say the industry.
Yes.
So SWAS actually gave us a lot of inputs on how we should actually develop. What functions we should actually put in, how it should actually functions, how to make a very difficult process simple,
Right. Okay. So with your so many years of experience in terms of your product that you have developed and understanding the market. I understand you will also be on panel as one of the speakers during the upcoming IBWP forum.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what will your topic of discussion be during the forum?
I will be talking on how to increase personal sales through converting
personal sales, everyone, important.
Yeah, by converting your customers to be your advocates.
Okay, so am I right to say that this sort of forum is not just for business owners, but as well as for hairstylists, beauty practitioners, anyone across the beauty
in fact,
industry?
my track is actually focusing on individual therapies. Not the business track, but the personal individual track.
All right, so I'm going to play the devil's advocate here, okay?
Sure.
Because like I had a lot of feedback, even personally, when I go to a beautician, I go to a spa, you know, I'm like, why is my therapist like trying to sell me package, blah, blah, blah. It's like I'm here to enjoy the service. So am I right to say that that is not a very smart sales technique?
It is. But unfortunately, I think people in the industry generally they are very skillful in the work they do. But in terms of communication, engagement with their customers, they are in some ways lacking.
There's some gaps still to be filled.
There's some gaps,
right.
yeah. You know, so over the years, when they actually work as a therapist, their focus is basically just to provide, haircut, styling the hair, etc.
The skills-wise.
The skill-wise, yep. So no training or lack of training.
Lack of training, yeah. I think we had the same conversation many times. If the practitioner, we work in like a bigger organization, there are some sort of training provided.
Sort of, yeah, but it's still very theoretical,
and
right?
a smaller size business is a lot like you just go and learn along the way.
Yes.
You know,
on the job.
Practice makes perfect, but first you need to practice the right thing.
Yeah, you must know how to start, right? Where to start, right?
Exciting. Okay, so can we like share with our audience a bit of teaser about more what you will be sharing? So I asked Mike the same questions. If you can sort of give us, in terms of sales, okay, let me rephrase the question slightly differently. What are the 3 things that we should do and shouldn't be doing when we are, like having a sales conversation with the consumer?
Well, rather to say 3 things, maybe I can summarize it to just one thing that you need to actually focus on.
Okay, that's even better. Sure.
Yeah, your customers, right? And your customers' needs. So what they want. So when they come to you, they have certain needs that they want to be fulfilled.
Right.
Right. So while you are performing the services on them, for them, do you know, what are they actually looking for? I think that is actually very important because if you do just the standard stuff, then basically your customers, they can actually go any other places and receive the same thing, right? Yeah. So with this, then you doesn't stand out.
Okay.
Yep.
So let
Focus
me
on that.
summarize a little bit. Focus on the customer service, like delivering. Okay,
Right.
so I'm going to play the devil's advocate again. So yeah, of course I want to just focus on giving my client, my guests, the best service I can. But I got managers and boss, and I got sales target to hit, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me.
Yeah.
So how do we balance that? I mean, of course, the more we sell, the fatter our paycheck. But I personally think it's really a skill and an art to balance both of that.
Yes.
So can you talk
Actually,
about
this
it
is
a bit?
also
In case the audience take your words back and say, "Oh, Raymond, say just focus on sales. Don't need to care about our service. Don't care about sales."
Right. So I think this applies to all business, including my own. Right. So when we actually started, we have no money, we have no customers, we only have our skills, right, doing the program, right? So the questions that we always ask ourselves is, how can we sustain the business? Yeah, there's of course different ways of doing it. There's right way, there's also a wrong way to do it. If we were to immediately focus on the dollar and cents, I would think that that is actually the wrong way. Right? you may be sustainable for a short period of time, but in the long run, you may lose out. So focus on providing the needs of your customers, doing that well. But of course, it will be difficult at the beginning. But as the customers, because when you do good to your customers, when you're sincere, when you service them and you are sincere about it, they will feel it.
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
Yeah, and they'll grow to like you. And when they like you, they will not go anywhere else.
So it's also
because they trust you.
It's also about building that, wanting to build a long-term relationship
Right.
rather than just like dig as much as I can from one visit.
Right. So we see a lot of businesses out there. What they do is they just focus on generating more and more revenues. Yes, maybe they get a lot of new customers, but they couldn't retain them. So this become a vicious cycles that you have to always do. Keep finding new customers, right? But in Singapore, especially, our market is limited, right? Yeah, it's small. So to be able to actually grow in a sustainable manner, I think you have to protect what you have already secured.
And there are enough studies that show that it's easier to retain the client rather than trying to go out there.
Not to say it's easy, but in terms of the cost, actually, it's actually much lower as well, right? Yeah. Instead of because every time if you were to find new customers, you have to prove to them all over again. Yeah, and before they really know you, there's no loyalty.
That is true.
Right. So all they are looking for is what can I receive?
Get the best deal.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the best deal that I can get? Right.
Yes.
So you have to not only give your best service, you probably have to give a very low price as well.
To entice them first to try
Correct.
out.
And
the
it become a
service.
vicious cycle. This will be very difficult to actually sustain.
Yeah, but I really like what you mentioned about the authenticity and sincerity that the customer can feel.
Yeah, I believe in that, and I feel that because this is exactly how we have actually
Made it.
I wouldn't say made it, but came across, over the years. The reason, because we started in, the company started in 2008, right? So at that time, servicing this industry, honestly speaking, is very challenging. We didn't start to build this solution from the very beginning, but we have a chance to actually support one salon. So and we needed to have a product that we can actually focus in. So we thought that, when you pass all the salons and all that, you see most of them is actually still on paper and pen, right? Yeah. So we thought that, the market is huge.
Right. So can I ask a question? Because there's so many industry that your product can be of use to.
Right.
So did you actually choose the beauty industry, or you
we did.
You did. Okay. Can I? So other than
Very specifically.
other than pointing out that you witnessed a lot of business practitioners still using paper and pen, are there any other reasons that you decided to focus on this industry?
Yes. I think beauty and wellness to me is a very attractive industry.
So a lot of money in the industry.
Not that, right? Yeah. So basically, I see most of them on a daily basis. Their work is to beautify people, right?
Right.
To make people look beautiful, feel beautiful. I think that's fantastic. Yeah. And when I enter into this business, the people that I meet, I find them very beautiful as well, very caring, very beautiful, right? Yeah, and this is actually kind of the opposite of the image that that is being perceived in the market today, right? Yeah, so that's actually quite unfortunate, I would say.
Yeah, I think in any industry, there's always like, you know, black sheep
there are
and
probably a
stuff.
few, you know, but that shouldn't dictate.
But on the positive side, like, I mean, Singapore is after all a very young country, right? And like I think what we are going through now, this is my personal opinion, like the whole industry is going through a shift. You know, I think many things have been thrown up in the air with a lot of like new technology, new practitioners from all around the world. Hey, Singapore is a good market, they want to come in, and younger generation also joining the industry. So the way I look at it is like, sort of like going through a shuffling, and then things are still sort of like waiting to sort of come down, right? So I like to focus now on your products, right? So, okay, so if I'm a client now, and I'm like, okay, tell me, like, I know technology is good, everybody have to get on board, I want to do it with pen and paper. So how do you usually, like your first meeting with your client, how does the meeting goes like?
Okay, of course.
Because you can't talk to us your engineering term, right? You must tell us.
Yeah,
like,
definitely
okay,
not.
Correct. Yeah.
The way we start usually is by conversing, by asking them about their business, how they have been running it, how they have been managing their business, and from there we try to actually identify gaps that we can actually fill in. Right. So because our solution over the years we have improved it quite substantially, and the only way we actually do this is by listening to our customers. You know, like I said, when I started, you know, almost every time I have to actually customize, right? When I find a new customers, we do that because to me and to my partners as well, we both believe that. Ultimately, when we sell a product to somebody, it must be useful to him or her.
Of course.
Right? Yeah. So over the years, we continue to actually do that. So improving the software, the system, the flow of it, you know, to feed the needs of our customers and our clients. So today, with such a comprehensive suite of modules or functions, you call it, we are able to fulfill a lot of or fill a lot of gaps that the business are facing today. Right. So by understanding them, we can actually recommend the type of solution that they'll probably require immediately now. Right. And internally, we have created so-called our own framework on how we support our customers. Right. So the first level is to help them be more productive, be more efficient in their day-to-day operations. Right. So when they are more when their operation is more tidy, then we can actually discuss a little bit more on how we can potentially grow your business. Right.
Yeah. So a big percentage of like, let's just talk about hairdressing since our audience is just hairdressers. So a huge percentage of hair salons is like very small size, and they probably don't even have the ambition or the idea that, I want to expand the business, which is why for a size of like maybe 3 to 5 staff, I don't need most of the time the mentality is like, I don't really need a system like that. So what's your take on this?
My take is simple. If you started the business, you will have the intention to grow it, right?
That's logically thinking, huh?
Yes. However, it is very challenging, especially for a newcomer. When they come in, they started this business. All they know is how to make the hair beautiful, right? To grow the business, they probably don't dare to think of it at the moment, right? Yeah. So it's good to actually start analyzing your current size, your situation, and the best way to do that is to find a very simple software to help you with it.
So as the business grow, the function of
Yes.
the software can also be adjusted.
Right, I understand. A lot of people, they basically just continue to do what they do best for day after day.
It's understandable, right? Because
Yes.
a lot of times we are being held back by fears of the unknown
Yes.
and uncertainties,
Correct, correct.
and the most realistic issue is like, what are the investment I'm looking at, right? So are there any sort of like government grants and stuff that small businesses can have access to? Do they still have that
Definitely,
kind of stuff?
definitely.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
See, a lot of small business owners, like you say, they're so busy and caught up with like looking after our guests and clients that we are probably not aware of this sort of resources that's made available to us.
Yeah, not only the government support or government assistance resources.
Okay.
Actually, software price over the years has came down quite a lot. Right? Software, one simple piece of software can easily cost you maybe 10, 20,000 or even more expensive 10, 20 years back.
Right.
Yeah, but now you can find a fairly affordable software that is in the 1,000 range. And some even like ours, for example, we go by subscriptions. So instead of paying us one hefty lump sum, right, right at the beginning, you can actually pay us on a monthly basis, and
But
that will
this is
make it
not
more.
included sorry to interrupt. This is not included the hardware. It's just for the services,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
right.
Just to clear any misunderstanding.
But even if you were to talk about the hardware,
it's so affordable these days.
correct,
Yeah,
one simple laptop will cost you below $1,000.
definitely.
Yeah, and if you don't have the laptop to start with, you can probably use your iPad or even your phone. That you probably already have it, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
already own it. Yeah.
Correct. It's hard to find someone without a smartphone these days anyway.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So all you need to look out for is a good software that you can actually use it with what you have, and most important is how that piece of software can help you.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are a lot of software out there, but not all are designed the same.
Yes. So actually, you just touched on the next questions that I have in mind for Raymond. So like, there are so many. Just talk about locally. Okay, you have so many competitors doing the same kind of services that you're providing. Also for our hair and beauty industry, and on top of that, now you have like the world is so well connected. You can just apply and order some kind of software and use it online. So how do you differentiate yourself from your competitors?
Okay, the way we differentiate ourselves is we focus not on selling our product, but on servicing our clients.
Back to what we discussed earlier.
Back to where we discussed. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So our software is centrally hosted, and we help them to manage the system per se. So they don't need to care about maintaining it, and they can focus in using the software and running their business. And when they have any needs or they have any questions, they can always contact us, and we will have our staff to help them. Yeah.
Correct.
To very complicated, like I have this problem. I need to, let's say for example, change a package or redeem a point. How can I do that?
Right.
To very simple question as how I make an appointment. Yeah, because we have a lot of therapists or users that are very non-computer savvy.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so we have set up our support to cover all
Different
of them.
languages.
Different languages.
The mainstream one, English, Mandarin.
Today our software itself is multilingual, multi-language, so English and Chinese.
Awesome.
Yeah, we are planning to actually add more language. Yeah, especially if where we actually offer it overseas.
I see, exciting plans.
Yeah, but the good thing is the design is already there. All I need is the language file.
Right,
then we can actually put it in.
Right,
yeah, and that's actually very important. Of course, some people say, hey, you know, I can't read. Can you have more photos so that, you know, I can just look at the pictures and all that.
That's very good feedback, yeah.
Yes, but when you have tons of features and all that, sometimes text is still...
Of course. Yeah. Okay, amazing. Right. Okay, so like it's interesting how the conversation evolved because like we're talking about two different industry. You know, like one is like absolutely creative and the kind of solution you're providing. I mean, it can be creative, but like all the back end stuff, like I'm not gonna care how you do your coding and
right.
But it's funny how like it comes back to the same like customer service. I think that's really important, the relationship that we build with our clients, regardless of whatever industry we're in. And likewise for us, in fact, hairdressers, everywhere they are hairdressing, what makes a client keep coming back to us?
Yeah.
Right? There must be something about the service and the skills as well.
Right.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so I look forward to see you at the
Forum?
IBWP forum. Yes,
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
making time
Kat.
today. Bye-bye.
Thank you for inviting me.